Okay, welcome to a new episode of Farm Like a Hero, folks. I'm Richard Perkins. Today I'm here with Matt Swarbrick, who runs Henbant with his family in Wales in the UK. After a career in award-winning TV production at the BBC, working with the likes of David Attenborough, Matt left the urban environment with his family for a simpler life in the country. He joined us last year for the Regen Ag design course, and I'm excited to hear about Matt's journey into showing that you can buy a farm on a mortgage and make that work. The farm is 30 hectares and was bought in 2012, with the early years involving renovating a derelict house and raising 3 young children, and has grown to include tourism, a no-dig market garden, a new Ridgedale style eggmobile, agroforestry, and a small beef herd. So Matt, thanks so much for taking the time out of your busy schedule to join us today.
Thank you, Richard. It's really exciting to be talking to you and doing this. It's really good.
I want to just hear a bit about the journey into farming for you and for your family. Like, how did that all come to be? Obviously, you were living in the city, working in pretty intensive jobs. How did that all come about?
Yeah, I think when I was really little, I fell in love with ecology, like really madly in love with ecology. And I jumped from that. I studied that, and then I did a PhD in marine ecology. And then from that was kind of this like one thing for a long time, studying one unique ecosystem. And then I worked for the BBC, which was amazing because I spent like 8 years or whatever it was, just sat on beaches, just watching one little bit of ecology for like 6 weeks, just sat there. It was amazing. But with that came a lot of travel, and with that came a big recognition that we were always painting the world in a perfect way, and actually there's lots of things that need to be done. And so farming seemed like it's like the most important job in the world, And so a combination of wanting to farm in what felt like the right way, and also like I just wanted to like have babies and build a nest, and have our own food and just know an ecosystem and have like a little ecosystem I can play with. So having that ecosystem and being able to farm with it was what I wanted.
Yeah. So you built the capital up in your work to be able to, because land obviously is very expensive in the UK. Obviously Wales is slightly cheaper, but it's still astronomical in modern terms. But you ended up with a derelict house. So what was that like, turning up from living in the city to moving to a Welsh farm?
It was pretty good, really. I kind of missed out a little bit in that biography, which was that between finishing the BBC and coming here, we also ran a solar company for like 2 years. And when I did that, I'd basically come out of spending 10 months a year in the Arctic to work in an office in Bristol. And I went a little bit bonkers, I guess, doing that. And so we put a little shout out, and we found a derelict farm just outside Bristol, and someone like lent us their caravan. And we were like kind of guard dogs, I guess, for this farming family. And we started having pigs and chicken, all sorts. We just created this little small holding. We kind of pretended that it was ours. And now I look back, it was bonkers because we got pigs and got loads of stuff, and we ran the office in the same building as Bristol Council Environmental Health Department. And what I didn't realise at the time is we were just like packing the sausages in all the communal rooms, the freezers in all the communal kitchens with our produce. And all these like environmental health officers were all like buying our sausages and putting the money in a pound jar, And like, I can't imagine doing that now. But yeah, so we had a little bit of that. So when we came here, we like, there was me and Jenny in the car, and there was just this menagerie of like ducks underneath the stuff. And so we kind of came ready running, I guess, slightly.
But how did you live when you got there? Did you have just like mobile, like caravans?
We bought a static caravan. So we got a static caravan far too cheaply. I didn't realize when we came actually that you can get a static caravan. They're basically free. So we got one for like 200 quid, but you pay £600 to move it. And actually, in hindsight, we'd have been much better off spending £1,000 and getting one with double glazing. And you can get that price difference on that low end is like massively different. But no, we got that. We were here for about 6 months without electric and, you know, all that stuff. And we realized we had to go and, you know, we were like pooing in different corners of the field. And we started off just pooing in the same place with a shovel each day. And we realized you need to go to different corners of the field. Like, this is my corner, this is Jenny's corner. And then, but anyway, we did that for a long time. And then we had the baby in the March of that year. And so we just had to get into the house. And so we moved into the house pretty prematurely, but like we just put a massive stove in and it was fine.
What was it? Not totally run down, but just no sort of.
No, we came in. We realised quite early on. We realised quite early on that no one knows when you buy the farm. So all the locals, the only people who know are like 2 solicitors that live like, you know, 200 miles away. And so what we realised was we could just kind of get on with it because they were really messing around. So in the August of that year, we came and we just ripped the old roof. I mean, there was kind of half a roof, you know. So we took that off and we started building the roof. And I shouldn't say this is not a good example for anyone. But yeah, we just kind of really laid into it. And I remember my mum was like climbing up. My mum hates heights. Like she won't like walk near the sea on the wall, sea wall kind of thing, you know. And she was like clinging onto the chimney with this like bucket of lime, going, this baby needs a roof, you know. And like, yeah. So everyone kind of pulled together.